Coach, piggybacking off that, Davin told us after the game that one of the biggest things you guys wanted to do was keep Mitch Trubisky in the pocket and force him to throw from the pocket. Did that have anything to do, were you guys playing there on the edge, just trying to, make sure that he didn't get outside and couldn't beat you guys on scramble plays like that?
No, I mean, he's going to scramble when he wants to scramble. The big thing for us was stopping the run, making it one-dimensional. We really didn't do that. I mean, they had some long runs that got out and broke out on us. We wanted to try to force them to be one-dimensional. Now, there's certain coverages that we want him in the pocket, and we want him to stay in there because we're man-matching behind it. And so much of our rush is tied to our coverage that I think there's a misnomer out there that people think, oh, they don't get any pass rush. Well, some of that is never by design, but when they have 7 people blocking 3, you're not going to get a lot of pressure, Sit down where we might be covering. And then when we bring pressure, we usually get pressure. But it's just a decision how many times you want to do that in the game. How susceptible do you want to put your guys outside? So, I mean, it's something that we continue to progress at. We got to do a better job of conversion, meaning when they do pass the ball, the defensive linemen convert into pass rush mode. But look, guys, we don't have the same rushers we had last year. There's some guys that could really rush the passer that are gone. So it's going to be a key for us to try to manufacture that in other ways.
Kirby, I'm curious, after you watched the tape, what you saw out of the defense as far as Hood and Logan. I think together they averaged like 9.5 yards a carry. So I would imagine that was one of the concerns. And what did you see out of that?
Well, we got to play with better technique. We got to tackle better. It's always your fear the first game that you don't tackle well. And that was exactly what it was. We did not tackle well, especially on the edges and the perimeter. We got to do a much better job of tackling. We got to put those kids in those situations. It's always like that first scrimmage, you go in and you tackle live. You worry about missed tackles. We didn't have a lot of them, but we weren't tackling Sony, so he wasn't out there. Nick was getting limited reps. Brian Harrion had some good scrimmages, who was probably more similar to their number 8 was, and it showed up. I mean, we did not tackle where we need to tackle to play well defense, and we got to address that and improve on it.
Coach, how did Lorenzo and Davin grade out to you?
To be honest with you, I thought they played with good effort. Lorenzo was a guy that he's always given great effort. It's never been about effort with Lorenzo. He runs to the ball, plays hard. We always demand that he plays more physical. I think he continues to work on that part of his game. But he gives us an element of pass rush, and he gives us an element of being able to chase things down. That we don't have a lot of guys like that. So I thought he graded out with good effort. He could play probably a little better physically. And then Davin, we're asking him to do a lot. Davin's playing Lorenzo's position. He's also playing other guys' positions, so he's doing a lot. But Davin plays really hard. He doesn't get to the ball as good as Lorenzo, but he plays hard, plays physical. And if we continue to improve on that, he continues to improve on his technique, he'll improve our overall defense. But both those guys played hard. Look, guys, we got to play better on defense. There were some points that those guys left on the board. We didn't get any turnovers. There were several times in the red area that they scored touchdowns. The game's different.
David Marshall made looked like a couple of very good plays up on the defensive line. What about the rest of the freshmen? Any of the other freshmen scored their play the other day?
All 11 of them?
Well, no, the freshmen.
The 4 front guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, David played probably more than those other guys because David's the most different. David is not a 300-pounder, or Mikhail, Tyler Clark, Julian are. Well, where are we shortest at? It's the edge type, Ledbetter being out, Josh Rivers not here. So David Marshall's role got thrust more to the forefront. He became a bigger factor even in recruiting because he was different than what we have. We're short at that position. We're not short at the big body position. We're short at the edge guys and the guys that can hold up and play at 260. We don't have anybody from 250 to 280. We got like 2 guys. We either got really big or we got small. So David, we forced him to grow into that role. He's done a good job. Tyler didn't play many snaps. Mikhail didn't play many snaps. But those guys are practicing the right way, and if they continue to do that and get better, they'll get more opportunities because they're good football players. They just didn't get an opportunity the other night. It didn't present itself.